Hello, YouTube. So it's been a minute since I have been on here live, but um, I thought I would take you along, and here are a couple reasons, and then we'll get straight into it. Number one, um, now that we're moving back into the new normal, I am going to be opening up or shifting my music studio, my piano studio, to a different space. And while we've been in COVID, I have been making a lot of music resources, and some of you have expressed some interest in how I go about the process of producing um, my books, my resources, and all of that. And to be quite honest with you, there are quite a few, there are a lot of details that go into producing a book. And there are also a lot of layers that you need to be familiar with if you want to have a product and have a business, a music business that doesn't completely drive you mad, make you stressed out. And so over time, I have learned how to, or I'm in the process and I want to share with you so you don't make the same mistakes that I have. So I am thinking that I might just start bringing you along with me, and there will be some talking, but it's going to consist of some composing, some editing of different sorts, not just music editing, but um, visual editing using programs like Canva Pro, that type of thing, and really taking you behind the scenes. And also, if you are a musician who works from home and you just want a work buddy, I'm here for you. So let's get started. Let's see here. The first thing I want to do is, well, I've been working on this today, and to be quite frank with you, I haven't completed all my tasks, but I thought we would start by, so I'm working on finger gymnastics. This is a part of a series, but I am working through all of the circle of fifths, all the keys. So I've just started the F major series. And what I'm going to do here is let me share my screen with you so you can have a look to see what I'm doing. So before we do that, I also want to show you a little bit of a bigger picture. So I'm going to switch my screen here. So this is part of a series. So I don't know if you can see. Let me zoom in just a little bit here. Hopefully you can see this in a little bit bigger detail. So in one of my e-commerce platforms, this happens to be Etsy, um, there are quite a few different categories, but the category that I'm focusing in today with you is specifically the finger gymnastics. And within finger gymnastics, there are the 24 different keys. And let me show you here where the finger gymnastics is. Let's see, it might be on the second page. Let's see. Oh, okay, here we go. So this one here, finger gymnastics, daily piano scales technique in G major. I just finished the uploads for that. Well, excuse me while I take a quick drink. Excuse me. So let me give you a little backstory. So I had uploaded the C major and the G major, and I noticed one tiny little mistake. And I am a perfectionist, and with piano, it has to be accurate. Your notes, your music, everything has to be accurate. Now, for me, I have an added layer, and I'll show you. Let's just jump right into some of the composition. So, for example, let's shift here to F major. So, a part of my method, if you want to use that word, is there are finger colors associated with the finger, and it's not the same thing as having each note on the keyboard represent a color. So each finger represents a color, and obviously your fingers play all the keys, right? But I'm not going to get into that too much just now. But what I do want to show you is I want to see where we are in terms of uploading some of the information. So I just opened exercises 1 through 6, and there are 25 in total. And for some reason, my computer is so slow today, and I don't know why. It's just slow. It's just one of those days. But we're good with that, right? We can handle it. I'm gonna move my screen right there. Okay, so come on. Sorry, it's a little slow. Loading. All right, so there we go. Normally my computer isn't this slow, but because I'm running my YouTube Live through a different platform, so I can show you, and you can still see me in the camera and it's live. My computer's an okay computer, but it's not like the latest and greatest, so it might be a little slow. Okay, so here we have the F major pentascales. Let's play through these once to make sure they're good. Now, I don't know how my sound is going to be, so let's just see. Okay, so that's okay. Just checking for fingering. And as you can see, I have different colors. I have different colors for different fingers, so that's fine. And let me just check in my Finder window and see. I think I had downloaded these yesterday, and my goal, my intention is to keep things really organized. And to be quite honest with you, I'm not the best at organizing. I try, but I don't always succeed. So let me check finger gymnastics F major and see what we have in there. Okay, so we have 1 through 6 and number 7. I want to make sure number 7 has the correct fingering and the correct. Okay, so here we go. This is where the issue starts. So let's take off. We're going to delete this one. We're going to move that to the garbage. And so I can already see, so this is fine. So let's go, 1 through 6 works. Now let's go to number 7. So here's where we're going to have to do some editing. So we're going to click on number 7. And like I said earlier, for me, the difference is obviously the fingering has to be correct for scales, but I also associate a color. So I can see that one of my fingerings is off as well as my color. So I'm going to fix that right now. Hopefully this will open sooner than later. And while we're here, let me know what you're working on. Let me know what your instrument is. Are you a singer? Are you a violinist? Are you a pianist? What kind of music do you like to compose? Do you teach music as well? Tell me a little bit about yourself. And if you have any questions while we're working through these different platforms, don't hesitate to ask, and hopefully I can help you a little bit. Okay, so let's go back here, just waiting for this to load. And again, I apologize. I don't know why my computer is so slow today, but it truly is slow. Okay, so going back to this screen, it should take us there in a moment. All right, there we go. So let's do, make that a little bit smaller. Okay, so you see here in the left hand, the 3 in my method is always yellow. So we need to change that color. And obviously that fingering needs to change, so I'm going to double click on it. And usually how I put my numbers in on my score, I just go Command T for text. There's a C. This needs to be changed to a 1. Okay. And we'll double check the fingering when we're done. And by the way, if you haven't noticed, I have a couple of pianos in my home, but in my office, in my studio, I have the piano behind me, and then I have a small one here. It's the Impact LX25. It's under, let's see, I think it's under top picks on my website. It actually wasn't my first choice, but That's okay. It works for now. Okay, so now that we have the the third measure, let's copy and paste that. So I'm going to do Command C, take the cap locks off, Command C, and then I'm going to do here Command V. And that matches. Let me check the right hand. Left hand looks good, so they match. So when I'm creating these exercises, sometimes I write out the right hand and the left hand, and sometimes I just put hands together. It completely depends on the level and how I feel the exercise could most benefit a student. So we've got the fingering is correct there. Hands are together. All the colors, chord in 8. So this is actually 4, 3, 2. Green is 3. No, wait. Hold on. Hold everything. 1, 2. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 is green. 1 is purple. 2 is red. So glad you're here. So glad I caught this. 3 is yellow. 4 is green. 3 is yellow. 2 is red. 1, 4. 1 is purple. 4 is green. 3 is yellow. 2 is red. 1 is okay. So that's fine. Let's double check our left hand. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so that is good. Okay, and then what we'll do is we're going to go ahead and highlight these measures here. And what I really enjoy about note flight versus Sibelius and finale, if you're doing graduate work or high level composing, obviously those are what you probably would want to use. And I have used those before in graduate school and in my undergraduate. But for this purpose, I'm creating early, intermediate, beginner, intermediate music resources. Note flight works just fine. And it's so easy. It just is really easy, despite the fact that my computer is slow today. So anyway, okay, so here we have all of that. And one thing I want to do is I'm going to save it to make sure. And then one thing I like to do is I'm just going to move over here. I'm just going to turn to the side and play the scale. Now the noise is there's a bit of ambient noise because my keyboard's hooked in through a third. Right hand's fine. We'll double check left hand. Okay, obviously it's not staccato, but it's coming that way because of the way A, I played it, and B, because of the sound. Okay, so we are good. Let's go ahead and export that. So we're going to export that as a PDF. And then we'll push, as soon as it says save, we'll save that. Save. Now, you can, if you want, you can simply download this just like we did. Let me show you what it looks like. But because I have a series, and I like to be consistent, what I do, I don't know if you can see this very clearly, but I like to be consistent with my formatting. So once I've downloaded the information in a PDF, I'll show you the next step, but I like to be consistent with my style, I guess you could say, or yeah, my style in terms of music. So this is why I take it to the next level, why I take it over to Canva. And so let's go back and let me show you what this looks like. So let's go back to my screen. So it's downloaded in the PDF, and let me, this is what it looks like. Um, this is what it looks like before I put it through Canva. Now, you're absolutely, you know, it's up to you. You can absolutely upload and sell your music like this if you want to. But as I said before, I like consistency in my brand and in my style. So what you can do to how to get your PDFs into Canva and edit them to keep that continual style is you're going to export like this. Sorry, my computer's still thinking. Add a tag. This is Finger Gymnastics Series, JPEG, and then save. And that will come up in the Finder window, or it should. Come on. Don't know why this is so slow today. Let's do, oh, there we go. All right. Okay, so it just came up. I was being impatient. So you see there, it says kind JPEG image, and then I put that little green, that's the tag, so I know that that's Finger Gymnastics. So now we're going to go into Canva, and if you don't have a Canva account, this is something that I would strongly recommend. So we are working, where are we? Refresh this page. So this is a Canva account, but it's the Pro account, which costs a little bit. It is so worth it. It's so worth its weight in gold. It has up-leveled my ability to edit music, and I strongly suggest that you do the same thing. And before I forget, I do have a note. Let me show you one more thing here. I do have a note here in my daily notebook to add my Canva Pro link for you under my website. So it's going to be here. Let's show you really quick. So if you want to find this, and I'm planning on adding this tomorrow. So let me go to my website, and I'm going to upload it under, sorry, everything's so slow today. I'm going to upload it under top picks. So I'm going to add my Canva link here. So if you want to use Canva alongside with me, that would be great. So I've got a note to do that tomorrow. Okay, now back to our regular scheduled program. All right, so we're back in Canva. And then the next thing that what I do is once I get a format for a series, I simply copy and paste and then obviously change the details. So I've already created Finger Gymnastics for C major and G major. So what I'll do is I'm going to open up the G major, and then I'm going to copy, resize and copy, and I'll show you how to do that in just a minute. And again, my window's slow. So while we are waiting for this to happen, let me know, what are your questions about? Do you have any questions about NoteFlight? Now, I don't pretend in any way to be a NoteFlight expert, although I have been using it for a while, and it's pretty straightforward, but it's a little bit different than Sibelius and Finale. But if you're new to composing online, it's a great app. So if you have any questions, let me know. Also, if you are thinking about creating your own music resources in Canva, you can ask me questions about that as well. Again, I don't pretend to be an expert, but I do have, I've been doing Canva for, using Canva for a little while. So hopefully I can help you with a few questions. So let's get back here. So here we are in Canva. And the first thing that we'll want to do is, the easiest way that I found is to go in and click resize. You're going to click on custom size, and then my size here is 8.5 by 11 inches. Click copy and resize. And then as that downloads, you'll see in just a second how easy it is. But of course you have to do all of the back work, and I'll show you in a minute how I've organized some of my files in NoFlight to keep consistent and to make life a lot easier. Okay, so I think it's almost ready to copy. So let's take you back inside. Okay, so it's still thinking. Okay, so you can see here at the top it says copy of. So what you'll want to do is you'll want to change the title of this, because this is now going to serve as our F major finger gymnastics. So we'll take off that part, excuse me for the itch, take off that portion, and then of course we're in a different key now, so it's going to be F major. Now let's go in and edit these details before we forget, before we start adding our music. So let's zoom in just a wee bit. So here you can see I have G major, but now we're working in F major. So I'm going to shift that to F. And of course the table of contents will read differently as well. So we're going to go in and change all of these to from G major to F major. So that's F major. Oops. F major. F major. Pentascales, major scales, textures. Okay, so we're back. Sorry about that. Just got something caught in my throat. Let's get back to our editing. Excuse me. F major. Excuse me. change that to an F. Okay. Sorry, my computer's acting so slow today. So let's see here. Okay, so we have, come on. F majors. Sorry, guys, I don't know why this is acting so slow today. Maybe I'll zoom out a little bit. Oh yeah, and if you're someone who today I have a really funny story I want to tell you really quickly while this is loading. So I kind of make these. So I sell my music. So for example, this finger gymnastics on different e-commerce platforms, right? Um, and I have this little deal that I make with the universe, and I say, okay, I want this many sales today. And so yesterday, and of course the day has 24 hours in it, so sometimes I forget that when I say, okay universe, I want this many sales a day. I don't care which e-commerce platform they come from, but I just want them. And I know that my music helps people. I know that people really enjoy my music resources. And so I made this deal, and I just opened a Twitch account. So and my son said, "Oh, mom, that's for gamers." And I said, "Well, it might be, but a lot of musicians are there." So to make a long story short, I opened my Twitter account today, and literally within that hour, I got the amount of sales that I had asked for. And so I think that as musicians, when we're able to just know that our music is right for someone and it's there, it might not be right for everyone, but your music, what you produce, what you make, what you create, is the right fit for someone. There's energy, and the energy in the world knows that, and people can feel that in your composition. So anyway, so sorry to segue into that. So let's get back to let me get back to where I wanted to show you this here, so you can see how to upload your music. So we're still in F major, and let's switch to camera so you can see that. Sorry, guys. Okay, there we go. Okay, so so as I was saying earlier, we have all of the template, for lack of better word, from the G major. But now we have to go through and we have to change all of these from G major to F major, because we're creating the next in this series. And I'm not going in the traditional order of the circle of this. I'm not going from right to left. I'm housing together scales in terms of technical difficulty. So if you're asking, well, why is she done? Because she's at F now. So let's see here. We can go in this way. Maybe if I close a few applications, it won't be so slow. Oh, for goodness sakes. Well, musicians, music teachers, music creatives, it's not the end of the world. Stuff happens, right? Just have to go with it. So that's the cover. Gonna have to close some of these, I think. Something must be running in the background because my computer has never been so slow. And I'm not quite sure why. But it is just like a dinosaur today. And honestly, it's not usually not this slow, so I apologize. Okay, so I just went to the view, and in a minute you'll be able to see all of the different pages of the book. Just close this one here. So let's go back to the Canva. Okay, so you can see the thumbnails. Oh my goodness. I'm so sorry. This is so slow today. Okay, so let's go back to contents. So we'll go into page 6. Oops, wrong tab. Okay, page 6. Back into the new normal. I am going to. Interesting. So I'm so sorry, but I think we're going to have to start and maybe restop the live stream. For some reason, my computer is just unresponsive. The pages are unresponsive, and I'm not quite sure why. So I'm going to exit these pages. And I also want to take you back. Anyway, I want to say thank you for joining me today, and let me know in the comment section below if this is something that can help you in your music journey, because I know that when you show up, I know that there's someone that can benefit from the journey that I've been on for the last, what has it been? Oh goodness. Well, I've always taught piano in some way, shape, or form. I've obviously, but the inception of this version of my business is rather recent. I would say it actually kind of started coming together just before COVID. So about a year and a half, maybe, just maybe slightly before that. So anyway, leave me a comment and let me know. I'm sorry that my computer was so slow today. I really sincerely do apologize, but hopefully tomorrow it will be back in full swing. And I hope that you've seen, maybe better way to put it is maybe you've caught a little glimpse of behind the scenes of how I organize, how I grow a successful music business, not just as a music teacher, music educator, but as a music business person. So, anyway, I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I'll talk with you soon.